Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sonic Chronicle. My name is Owen, and we're back with another Release Radar review. I've taken a quick look, loads of good stuff. I know I always say that every week, but there really is loads of good stuff this week. Before we crack into some of that good stuff though, please do hit the like button, please do subscribe to the channel, and please do leave me comments if there's anything in here that you really liked. If there's stuff to hear that you thought really sucked, feel free to let me know. I'm all ears, because I'm not the person that wrote and recorded this music. I write and record my own music, and if you like that, please do leave me a comment as well. That would be really great. Don't leave me any comments telling me that it sucks though, because I'm very, very fragile. But anyway, with all of that said, we're going to jump straight into the Release Radar stuff. First up, we have Burned Out by Big Yellow Jacket. Big Yellow Jacket is Zach, a good friend of mine. Had a good chat with him as part of the Casually in Conversation series. And this is his brand new song that came out as a recording yesterday. It is great. Big thank you to Zach for giving me an early listen to this. Amongst other songs, Zach sent me on a bunch of early drafts of songs that he had on the go for feedback. So I've heard a bunch of stuff. I know there's more Big Yellow Jacket coming, and I can't wait. It's going to be brilliant. Also, while we're here, let's grab this. We'll stick it on the Sonic Chronicle highlights playlist. At your humble feet. He's got such a great voice. All of his recordings are so clean. It's such a cool change. I'd like to know what the vocal part there is. Like, what are the lyrics for this particular section? Maybe it's a sample of something that's well known, but I'm just not aware of it. Also, this song is 3 minutes 11 seconds long. Perfect length for a pop song. I don't have an anxiety problem. Is that? Afraid of. Oh, I wonder what that's from. So that's Burned Out by Big Yellow Jacket. Yeah, it's a great pop song. It's really good. Kind of in some ways reminds me of like lo-fi hip hop beats kind of thing, but obviously a better song. Lyrical content is really good. Yeah, I like it. Great job, Zach. And if you don't have it on your playlist, stick it on your playlists. I've already stuck it on the Sonic Chronicle Highlights playlist. And if you want to see all the stuff that goes onto the Sonic Chronicle Highlights playlist, you can search Sonic Chronicle Highlights on Spotify, and you can follow that, and it'll be updated in real time. Also big news around the world of music. Childish Gambino has announced a world tour. He's playing one Irish date, and it is, of course, in Dublin. But we are going to listen to Littlefoot Bigfoot, featuring Young Nude. I love Childish Gambino. I will go to bat for Camp being the best rap album ever made, but then he has an awful lot of nerdy references in that album, which I'm a sucker for. What's the last thing Childish Gambino released? Probably the Summer EP? Feels like Summer EP. Oh, that's a full album. Came out the 13th. Oh. I wasn't aware of that. Well, that's going to have to be listened to. Anyway, I think Camp is probably one of the best rap albums ever made. Oh, wow. The Summer Pack is the thing I was thinking of. I didn't know those Stay High, I Love You More, and Swarm were there. It's pretty good. I like the beat. I like this organ coming in. Nice. Just long enough. Just enough of that first song, or first part of the song. Now when things are starting to kind of become a bit samey, a cappella. Oh, and it doesn't go back into that original beat. Very good. There's parts of it there. The hand claps are definitely from that first beat. That's cool. I like that change. I wonder if it'll actually go back to that original beat, because the hand claps as the through line should allow us to go back into it pretty easily. Very interesting. Because it's almost like it's two songs that have been joined together by the middle. I'm not sure how I feel about this voice mod. I don't think it's to my taste. Oh, that's the end of that. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, The Used, we'll get to you in a second. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like two songs stuck together in some ways. But it works. It works. It's not my favorite piece of work by Childish Gambino. I think he's kind of at his best when he's writing, intelligent raps. Still a pretty good song. It's pretty good. All right, The Used. I say this every time I see The Used on here. That's a name that I haven't heard in a long time. But when I have seen it a number of times relatively recently, I guess it's no longer a name that I haven't heard of in a long time. Anyway, this is Meds by The Used. That guitar tone, that takes me right back. He sounds pretty good. He sounds like he's not able to do what he used to do. And by that I mean that he's kind of trying to get up there, but not quite getting up there. It's a pretty good effort, though, at a comeback. I wonder, how old are The Used these days? Or at least the singer from The Used. How old is he these days? Bert McCracken is 42. I mean, there tends to be, or there needs to kind of come a day when when you need to stop saying that I think that I was born for failure, you know? When I think of the song Emo 101 by Me and Reyes, I think that's a really kind of honest way of writing about your emo days. And I'm not sure that this is. But with that said, I do quite like this as a song. Oh, halftime. Bum bum. Yeah, I love that. Halftime drum only middle. Well, not drum only, but you know what I mean. He's 42. He's in a band that was very, very popular for a while there. Even doing that song Pretty Handsome Awkward for the Transformers soundtrack. The massive Michael Bay movie. I imagine they got a couple quid for that. And then, yeah, they just kind of fell off for a while. Fell off the face of the planet for a little while. And now they're back. They used... What was the last album they had? Wow, apparently 2021. Or 2020. And then 2017. Huh. Good for them. I'm glad that they're back. 2012. God, when did I start listening to them? How many albums back was I listening to them? Lies for the Liars. I knew that one a bit. In Love and Death. Yeah, that was the big one. Oh yeah, Box of Sharp. Maybe Memories. Yeah. And The Used. The first album? Yeah. So I know the first three albums, but they've been pretty prolific. I said that they fell off the face of the earth, but they kind of didn't. I just wasn't paying attention by the looks of things. All right, I can't listen to everything by The National or Niamh Regan, so we're gonna skip over a little bit here. I can't listen to Incubus, although Nice to Know You was probably the first song that I ever heard by Incubus, and kind of made me fall in love with Morning View as an album. I am going to go forward and I'm going to listen to Deranged by Coheed and Cambria, because I do really like Coheed and Cambria as well. Because all of their albums are concept albums based on a comic by this singer, Claudio, I think his name is. My favourite album by them is this one, 4. Good Apollo and Burning Star 4, Volume 1, From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. What a great name for an album. In Keeping Secrets is a good album as well, though. Ooh, they also have a lot of albums. But I guess that's what happens when you've stopped listening to an album or a band for like 20 years. Yeah, this is Coheed and Cambria, all right. If someone were going to say to you, how would I write a Coheed and Cambria song? These are all the things that you would say. Holy moly, this is a lot of albums. When did this come out? The 8th of May. Okay. He's a good singer, though. It is Claudio, isn't it? Yeah, Claudio Sanchez, yeah. He's a good singer. He's got a lot of character. Oh, listen to that guitar part in this here even. It's so low, but it adds so much. Ooh, I wasn't expecting this to go there. I was expecting maybe that to go heavier rather than lighter. I dig it though. I dig this. Is it my favourite song by Coheed and Cambria? No, not really. But do I dig it? Yeah, sure. I'd happily listen to this. In the pub, on the radio. If someone were to stick it on at a party, I wouldn't tell them, turn that off. That's awful. That's rubbish. I wouldn't say any of those things. That's cool. That's a cool little ending. And it beats a fade out by a long shot. That's a good song. You've done it again, Claudio. All right, we're going to skip over a bunch of stuff here. As I said, I like David Gilmour, but I can't dedicate that much time to listen to David Gilmour right now. So I'm going to... Oh, we're actually towards the bottom here. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to listen to Meant It by Catnip. And if there's time, maybe I'll go back and listen to something else. But here's where we're going to start. This is not a guitar tone I would use. This reminds me of a Donna's song. It's kind of giving me Meatloaf energy, but not as well executed by any stretch. Yeah, this is big Paradise by the Dashboard Lights vibes. It doesn't have enough energy for me. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it just doesn't give me... Yeah, it doesn't feel energetic to me. I don't like the guitar tones. That lead tone is a bit too screechy for me. A little bit too raw, maybe. And that guitar tone, as I said, is not one that I would use at all. It feels quite muddy. Lacks a certain amount of clarity. The bass is just following the guitar part by the sounds of things. Root notes. There is nothing exciting here. Big spike in volume from the vocals. Don't like that. It should be pretty consistent. It hasn't built to anything. This is the same chorus I've been listening to throughout the song. Yeah, boring. Snooze. Not good. Boring. So boring. And if there's anything... I think that's a big crime, right? Rather than being like a bad song or doing something poorly, when a song is boring, it's probably it's probably the worst crime that a song can have. It doesn't make me feel anything. Anyway, so we've listened to 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 5 songs, but we haven't spent a lot of time here, funnily enough, this week. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take 3 minutes of my time. I'm going to listen to music by Niamh Regan, because I had such a lovely time last week listening to her with David Kitt. And again, she has released Hemet, which is a multi-award winning album. And this is a new EP, by looks things, called Music. 4 songs. Faction Records. Was Hemet released as... Yeah, Blackgate. And what about these other singles? What do they release under? Oh, solo, okay. I like that art. You can't see it there. Yeah, there it is. It's cool art. I mean, the music that doesn't do it for me is Meant It by Catnip. Is that what it's called? Her voice is great. It's just so versatile, as I said before. I think it could do so much. Like, she could sing across so many genres. Ooh. Nice. It would be very easy for that guitar sound to sound very harsh, but the edges have been rounded off lovely on it. Yeah, this is nicely produced, actually. It's like there's a weird guitar texture in the background there somewhere. Yeah, Niamh Regan's good. I should listen to more of her outside of this show. Yeah, good song. Pretty straightforward, but a good song. Anyway, that's where we are going to leave this week's Release Radar review. Overall, I think it was a pretty good one. There's some new and exciting music out. As I said, I haven't heard of the Used for quite a while. Like, I wasn't aware of them releasing albums for a long time, and I was clearly incorrect that wasn't happening, because they were releasing an album every 3 years for a while there. It's mental. But Burned Out by Big Yellow Jacket, if you haven't listened to the Casually in Conversation interview that I had with Zach, do listen to that. It's a wonderful chat. Zach is one of the nicest guys in music. I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I'm sure that I will say it again in the future. So you should give him your support. You will not be disappointed if you do. We listened to Littlefoot Bigfoot by Childish Gambino and Young Nudie. Childish Gambino recently announcing his world tour and releasing an album at Vista alongside it, so I need to give that a listen as well. We listened to Niamh Regan, just about music, and listened to music. We skipped over a bunch of stuff. I listened to Anteo Quintavalle before, and I think that he disliked my video quite a bit, because it was not a very good song. Yeah, The Realm of Broken Dreams, I think is what it was called, which, you know, musically was quite good, but lyrically and vocally was pretty awful. Anyway, we skipped forward. We listened to Deranged by Coheed and Cambria. That was a good song. It was Coheed and Cambria by the numbers, is what I would describe it as, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. And then we jumped way ahead down here towards the bottom, because we listened to a bunch of this stuff a couple of weeks ago, or last week. And we listened to Meant It by Catnip, and it was not good. It was not very exciting. It was boring, which, as I said, is probably the worst crime that a song can commit, which is why Taylor Swift's new album is pretty awful. Overall, though, I would say that I mostly enjoyed that Release Radar this week that Spotify pushed to me. I thought it was pretty good, and I'm glad that they had Zach up here at the top, front and centre, for his new release, Burned Out. Thank you very much for stopping by and for hanging out with me while we went down through this week's Release Radar. I always appreciate you taking some time out of your day to have a listen to some music with me. So again, thank you for that. If you like this video and you like what I do generally, and you want to offer me some support, here's a couple of ways that you can do it. If you like the video, that would be great. That will tell YouTube that you've liked this video, you've liked this content, and maybe it'll push it to some other people. Leave me comments, because engagement is really, really good. If you engage with a video, again, YouTube will say, oh, a bunch of people are commenting on this, so let's push this out to more people so that it gets more engagement. It's kind of a snowball effect. And finally, you can subscribe to the channel as well. That would help me out greatly as well. So, like, once I get my numbers up, you know, then we can maybe start to look at monetizing stuff, and we can start paying for things so that I can, you know, expand things out a little bit. Anyway, we will leave it there for now. Thank you all so much for stopping by and for hanging out. As always, I greatly appreciate it. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.